Welcome to the It's Not Me, It's You podcast, a space where we explore the questions couples often avoid in their relationships.
Not the easy ones, the uncomfortable ones that sit quietly under the surface.
Before we chat, a quick note. If you're someone who finds these conversations helpful,
But still notices the same patterns showing up in your life or relationships, we've opened a small number of private reflection sessions.
check the link for details. Also, just to say, there is no right and wrong here.
This is simply an opportunity for us and you to travel through the tougher questions that come up from time to time, the ones we're often too afraid to ask.
Have you ever doubted yourself if things feel off between us? Interesting. This came up and I thought, I don't think I've really thought about that. But yeah, that's a great question.
So I needed a minute to figure that one out. So I was wondering, did it mean there's stuff going on, but rather than thinking about the stuff, you're thinking it's your fault? You're like blaming yourself?
Yeah.
Is that where we're going with this?
That's what I thought as well.
Oh, right, okay.
It might not be. Let me know in the thoughts and the comments, like, what do you think about this? If this is your question, come back to us. Because I think sometimes, like, from when I read this question, it's like, if things do feel off about us, then it's like, you might want to question yourself. If things feel off in your relationship, you might think, what have I done? If you've got that kind of questioning, people-pleasing kind of background from childhood and whatnot, you might automatically put it back onto yourself because you may have been brought up in a situation where things were always made your fault because the people or the adults around you weren't ever able to take responsibility, which is huge. So it's often not going to be the same lens because you're not a child anymore.
So much there. And, blaming yourself, tell us, when things happen in your relationship, do you straight away think it's your fault?
Yeah.
Is that coming up for you? How are you, being kind to yourself? How can you be kinder to yourself? How can you just allow for the space to unpack it and connect with your partner around it more? Because often, what if it is your fault? What if it is? How are you just able to accept this is my contribution to the challenges in our relationship and figure out your apology languages, how you apologize and move forward from it and, all of that good stuff.
And that's a really healthy angle to that conversation, that what is my contribution, and take ownership of it. If you are able to have that level of conversation and your partner is like, yes, that is your part, I feel a certain way about it, my part is also X, Y, and Z. So you're not blaming or point scoring against each other, but it's just having that reflection time. And if you have doubted yourself, then that's okay. Maybe that is just a really great segue into you and how you think or feel, because it's triggering old stuff. And I doubt myself because when this has happened before, I felt really insecure and it meant that person had cheated on me and I picked up on it. So it might not be that same situation this time, but it's an honest conversation with your partner, and it might not be about you, but unless you know and having that conversation, you're never going to really know the answer.
We've put together a short guide with 50 questions couples avoid.
Let us know which really resonates and how you get on with them.
Everyone's relationship and situation is different, so have fun using them as a guide for getting your questions answered in your relationship.
And remember to ask yourself the same questions too. How does not feeling seen in our relationship affect how you show up in public? Wow.
That's quite specific though, isn't it?
It is really specific.
How you show up in public. So like not how you're maybe behaving at home or around family but like outside the house.
Right, yeah.
At work. Shopping mall.
How does not feeling seen in our relationship affect how you show up in public? So this is really interesting because it also kind of says to me, like, are you showing up as very different people in very different parts of life? And one of the first questions that we had was all about that. You may have to turn on certain parts of yourself and switch off certain other elements when you are at work or in public or at a certain event or occasion versus when you come home and you can be a bit softer with your partner and relax a bit more when you're at home. But it's the awareness of if you if you're not feeling seen, how is that affecting you? Because if you're not feeling seen in your relationship, you may have lost a lot of confidence, and that may show up in public. It's not that you're deliberately choosing to completely be a completely different person, but it is going to impact you in some way.
So this feels like a follow-on question. It kind of assumes that the person is already not feeling seen in a lot of ways. And that's quite an interesting conversation to have.
Yeah.
Is it like, how is it impacting you? Like I wasn't aware that you weren't feeling seen. I know you're feeling unseen. So how's that impacting our relationship? How's it impacting you? Where's it showing up? What's it making you want to do? You know, what do I need to be aware of? How can I change things around this? How can you change things around this?
Yeah.
What does feeling seen mean to you? What can I do to make you feel seen? How are you making yourself feel seen?
Yeah.
Are you seeing yourself?
Exactly. Yeah, I love that. Always bring the question back to you, right?
Do you see me like how I see you?
That's another question. That's a really good angle to come from, because if you're not feeling seen in your relationship and how, like we said, how it can affect you in public, if you are asking that question to your partner and having a conversation, they may say, no, like it doesn't affect me at all, which may mean that they're a little bit dead inside. Like, how are you going to navigate that? You know, because honestly, it's just about recognizing who the person is that you're with in a relationship and how they're showing up and how they're able to even have that conversation about not feeling seen in a relationship versus even having an awareness to the fact that it might have an impact outside the house. Or if you are always the song and dance and the life and soul of the party, and yet you're coming home and you're just giving me hell all the time. Like, there's no consistency there. Who are you in public? Because maybe you just want to be all things to all people, and they get the shiny, sparkly version of you, and at home, I get the absolute Egypt.
That must be so frustrating. You know, people talk about this all the time.
Yeah, it happens.
Like, who are you?
Who are you?
I want the other person.
Exactly. But that person is all for show. It doesn't exist. Because they are putting on a show for other people because they care more about what other people think about them, not necessarily how their partner is. And then that goes back to, you know, what we've discussed before. Who are you at home? Is this really your genuine, authentic self? Or is the outside getting the nice new shiny version? Or am I just getting like the rubbish version?
Dregs.
Yeah. Or when you're at home, this is the real you and you're an absolute idiot. And I need to make a move out of here, because outside you're just being all things to all people, and that's not genuine because you're fake.
But in a relationship, shouldn't you be doing stuff to make them feel safe to be that person at home as well?
What, to be the sparkle guy outside?
Be the sparkler.
The sparkler outside, and then you come home and you just...
maybe they're just tired.
They might be tired.
They're just like worn out.
They will be tired because they've been entertaining everyone in public, and you're giving me the dregs when you get home. That's not acceptable, because you need to also bring your best to the home situation.
Absolutely.
Because it's giving the time and the love and the care and the energy to your partner as well as outside. Like, for me, it's about having that honest conversation and being that at home first and foremost, because this is the person that you've chosen to be with. This is the parent to your children. This is the person that you're doing life with, not necessarily outside people who really don't have, you know, that much influence in your life. But maybe you're with someone who puts a lot of influence on the outside.
How do you save a bit? You know, it's not like you're eating dinner and you're like, can I get a box? I'm going to take the rest of it home. Mm-hmm. Like, when you're out supporting family, at work, doing things, you may absolutely be exhausted by the time you get home, mm-hmm. and you're just incapable of giving that extra bit to your partner. Not because you don't want to, mm-hmm. it's just not there. Absolutely. So how do you know when to just break a bit off and say, all right, that's for later?
For me, that's another conversation. Just like, we've both been to that event. You may also not be that much of an extrovert person, but you've got to kind of go outside and go to an event or something and switch it on and like be a people person. But actually, you've become a bit more of a recluse recently. And I just want to go home. Say that to your partner. Like, I feel drained after all that. Like, now I just don't want to leave the house for 3 days. Let's focus on us.
Yeah.
You know, because that's real. Like, you can't maintain that high energy all the time.
You really highlight the importance of recognizing there will be times we have to sort of compromise, mm-hmm. and weigh things up and just respect how our partners are feeling.
Yeah.
Because, you might be having a great time out and about and like, nah, I want to go home. I'm tired.
We've all been there.
You've been there, but you're like, yeah, let's go. Just party. It's just bumping. Nah.
Going.
Nah.
And do you know what
Not
as well?
feeling it.
Sometimes the best, when you've made plans in the moment and you're excited, and then the day comes and you're like, oh my God, why did I agree to this thing? And then the best part about it is when your friend texts you and the plans get cancelled last minute, and you're doing a little dance in the hallway because you can take your shoes off and you can go and put your comfies back on.
Listen.
Like, that's the best for me. I love that
best.
feeling, because I'm not about town as much as what I used to be. Like, I'm not bothered. I love being at home, and I love nothing more than just me and you being at home together.
The amount of times I've been getting ready to go out and I'm in the shower planning when I'm leaving already. I haven't left the house yet. I haven't put on clothes yet. I come out of the shower.
Exactly.
It happens because we're doing so much often.
Mm-hmm.
And we've shifted into new spaces and you're
But there's a time and a place, right? Sometimes you have to make that extra effort because you know that this is a really good event to go to. You're going to meet new people. There's going to be a business opportunity. It's getting to see a different part of town that you haven't seen before. It's getting to just learn what the landscape is like in a new city or a new place, or even an existing city, like where you've already lived. Like, sometimes you do need to get, out and open above your comfort zone. But at the same time, knowing that I'm just going to go show my face, say hi to...
I love that phrase, by the way.
Yeah.
It's going to show my face.
Show my face, say hi to everyone early on before people get drunk and crazy, if it's that kind of event. Make them know that they've seen you, and then you can go whenever you want, because that also gives you permission. Like, you don't have to stay there until the end. You don't have to stay there and be the song and dance and the life and soul of the party.
Listen, that's one of my non-negotiables, though. If you don't want to come, if you don't want to attend one of my events or go with me somewhere, stay at home.
Yeah, just say,
I don't want to. I don't want to go. I don't want to do, like, because what are you doing otherwise?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, put a print of your face in a box and send it. So, look, I showed my face and said, no, look, just be honest. I would respect you so much more.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe I will just make some other plans that I might enjoy anyway.
And you respect the honesty, right?
Totally respect the honesty.
If people go to an event, especially if it's an event that you're doing, and people are just coming because they feel that they need to, they're going to bring bad energy anyway. They're not going to be the person that you really want to be around with or be around other people. It's like, just tell me if you don't want to come, that's okay. But a lot of people aren't able to do that, especially that when it comes to family events and family dynamics, because there's a lot of emphasis on, I should, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Like, I'm not bothered. I might drive and I'll go for 10 minutes or show my face. I'll stay for dinner, but I'm not going to stay for the drinks afterwards, because I really don't like being around those people when there's alcohol, because I'm not drinking anymore and I just want to drive home. Like, whatever it is for you, just be honest with yourself about it. And if they have a problem, then maybe they're not your people.
That's their problem.
Absolutely. And we don't have to take it on as our own. And if you've found your way here and you're enjoying the conversations, please subscribe, share the podcast, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss future episodes.
You can also drop your questions in the comments below and we'll do our best to explore them.
Now, let's go.